Hello, my name is Daniel Moss. I come from England and I currently live in Thailand. Welcome to the class today, everybody. Would you like to raise your hand, tell me your name and where you come from, please? Yes, Sahar. Excellent, nice to meet you, Sahar, and welcome to the lesson today. Would anybody else like to raise their hand? I will then give you a microphone and you can tell me your name and where you come from. Yes, Marina. Excellent, great to hear from you, Adriana, and welcome to today's class. Okay, so I think we will make a start now. The topic for today is making requests. Making requests. If you have any problems today or you'd like to ask any questions, please just raise your hand and I will do my best to help you, or you can talk to me in the chat pod and I will also try to help you there. Okay? So the topic is making requests, and I'd like to know if you think it's okay to smoke in a restaurant. And if you look at the picture here, what do you think this woman would say? So firstly, do you think it's okay to smoke in a restaurant? Yes, Adriana. Okay, Adriana, I cannot hear you at the moment. Please remember to turn your microphone on at the top of your screen. Excellent, thank you very much, Adriana. So you don't think it's okay? You think that there should be a particular area for smoking people, and what we do call that is the no smoking, the smoking area. It used to be the no smoking area, now it's the smoking area. That's what we would call the area where people are allowed to smoke. And Saha. Excellent, thank you, Saha. So you hate smoking. Very good. And then you said this woman might say, could you please stop smoking here? That's definitely a phrase that this woman might use. She doesn't look very happy there that this person is smoking very close to her. Very good, Sahar. Great phrase there. Would anybody else like to tell us if you think it's okay to smoke in a restaurant? Yes, Marina.
It's not okay to smoke in the restaurant in the non-smoking area, and the woman possibly say that it's not appropriate to smoke in this area. Thank you.
Very good, thank you, Marina. So yes, she might say it's not appropriate to smoke in this area. Very good, a great phrase there, Marina, and one that we could definitely say to somebody who's smoking very close to us and we don't want them to. Just a quick welcome to all the students who've just arrived now. The topic today is making requests. If you'd like to answer any of the questions today, please raise your hand first. I will then give you a microphone and you can tell me your name. You can then give me your answer. Sorry, I'm thinking of the introduction there. So Conchi, would you like to answer the question?
Hello, I am Conchi. I am from Spain. Nice to meet you. Well, according to the question on the screen, I think that it doesn't mind what you think about smoking in a restaurant because there is a law. The law says that you aren't allowed to to smoke in a restaurant. So this woman will say to the man who is smoking, please, would you mind stop smoking, please?
Excellent, thank you very much, Conchi. So yes, the woman might say, stop smoking please, or would you mind not smoking please? Good phrases there. So I want to know, have you ever asked someone to do something you thought they didn't want to do? Have you ever asked someone to do something you thought they didn't want to do? And what did you say? Yes, Anago.
If I need someone to help me, I will say, I was wondering if you could help me to do this, or do me a favor, or please, just like these sentences.
Excellent, thank you very much, Anago. So those are phrases that you would use if you wanted to ask for something. I actually want to know of specific examples. So have you ever asked someone to do something you thought they didn't want to do, and what did you say? Okay, so think of a time when you have had to ask somebody to do something, and what did you say when you asked them? Adriana. Okay, thank you very much, Adriana. So again, you talked in very general terms there, if this happened to you. I do want you to actually talk about something that has happened. Okay? So a time when you have had to do something already. Not what would you do, or if you had to do. The question says, have you ever asked someone to do something you thought they didn't want to do? Okay, so it's an event that has happened. You have done this already. Just a small thing there, Adriana. You said, if the manager don't say nothing. We wouldn't say that. There's too many negatives there. So if the manager doesn't say anything, then I will leave the restaurant or leave the shop, wherever you are. Thank you very much there, Adriana. So can anybody think of a time where you have had to ask somebody to do something that you thought they didn't want to do? So you've asked for a favor of a friend or maybe a family member. You thought they maybe didn't want to do it. What did you say to them? Conchi.
Well, a lot of years ago, well, perhaps 15 years ago, it was allowed to smoke in the underground in Spain, and someone was smoking in the underground, and I told him, please to stop smoking, and he refused to do it. And well, I called the police. Well, in fact, not the police, but the security. And when the person saw the security, he ran away. He was really impolite. It was a very bad situation.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Conchi. Great answer there. Very good example. Just a small thing. You said that about 15 years ago it was allowed to smoking. I've just changed that slightly for you. So about 15 years ago, smoking was allowed. Okay, allowed needs to be in the past tense there. Smoking was allowed. Great answer, Conchi. Great story as well. Thank you for that. So would anyone else like to share A time when you've had to ask someone to do something that you did not think they wanted to do. Yes, Rosalina. Excellent, thank you. Oh, sorry, Rosalina. I thought you'd stop there. Please carry on. Ah, okay, Rosalina. Yes, I understood exactly what you meant. You said you said the most time teachers don't like to clean their bedroom. That's very true. I never used to enjoy doing that. I've just changed it. You said the most time. What we would say there is most of the time. Most of the time. Okay, I have written that down in the notepad for you. So just a very small change there, Rosalina. And you asked your niece to do that. And I'm guessing that she did not want to do that very much. So how can you make your request more polite? So how can you make your request more polite? Yes, Rosalina. Excellent, thank you very much, Rosalina. Some great phrases there that we can use to make our requests more polite. Well done. Sahar, can you think of any? Excellent, thank you, Sahar. Yes, we can add the word please to any request we make. That will make it a lot more polite. Very good. And Marina.
Could you be so kind to do something? To be kind to do something.
Excellent, thank you very much, Marina. So could you be so kind? We actually would say there, would you be so kind to stop smoking or do something else? Very good, well done. So it says, did you use any of these phrases to make a polite request? We have, could you possibly? We had could you. We used lots of different ones. Could you please? Could you mind? Could you be so kind? Would you mind if? And I was wondering if. Okay, these are all phrases that I have heard people using this lesson, so well done. So now you've seen these phrases, could you possibly, would you mind if, and I was wondering if, can you think of any more phrases? Yes, Sahar. Excellent, thank you, Sahar. So you said there, could you do this favor to me? We would say there, could you do this favor for me? Or you could say, could you do me a favor? So just a couple of different options there. We wouldn't say, do a favor to me. It would be for me, or could you do me a favor? Very good though, well done. And what do you think, Conchi? Okay, thank you, Conchi. So I wish you could. That's not really making a request, that's more of a wish, a desire that you have. If you say, I wish you could do this, you're not asking a question, you're not making a request there. So that wouldn't be a phrase that we could use to get somebody to do something for us. That's expressing a wish. Making a request would be asking a question. But I appreciate you having a go there, Conchi. Thank you very much. So, in what kinds of situations would you use these phrases? Okay, I'm sure there's lots and lots of different occasions where you would need to make a polite request. Can you think of any of the situations where you would need to use some of these phrases? Yes, Rosalina. Excellent, thank you, Rosalina. So you said, I was wondering if you could turn the air conditioner. You said, I was wondering if you could turn the air conditioner. So you would need to say if you wanted it on or off, or hotter or colder. So you could say, I was wondering if you could turn the air conditioner on. Okay, I'm very hot. I was wondering if you could turn the air conditioner on. So you do need to specify there, Rosalina, but a very good example, well done. And Sahar. Yes, so if we want to know where something is, you could say, could you possibly show me where the bank is? Or I was wondering if you could tell me where the supermarket is. Something like that. Very good. And Conchi?
For instance, if you are at home with a familiar and the television is so loud, and you are reading, the sound so loud it's disturbing you. You could say, I was wondering if you could turn the sound of the television off, or perhaps I was wondering if you could turn the sound of the television down.
Excellent. Great answer there, Conchi. I was wondering if you could turn the sound on the television down. Very polite request. Great way to do it. Well done. And Anago.
If I want to get others' agreement, I will use the sentence, would you mind if, for example, would you mind if I open the window?
Excellent. Thank you very much, Anago. So yes, you're trying to get agreement from somebody. You could say, would you mind if I open the window? Very good. Great polite way to make that request. Well done. Okay, so I'm going to look at some sentences here. We have a polite request and then an answer to that polite request. Okay, some of them are correct, some of them are incorrect. I'd like you to tell me which number you think is incorrect. Okay, so we'll start with number 1. So would you mind passing me the milk? Here you go. Do you think that's correct or incorrect? Is that a good response if somebody made that request to you? Yes, Rosalina. Okay, thank you, Rosalina. So we're not actually try not to think too much if you think it's polite or not. There are definitely more polite responses than here you go. What I'm looking for is if the response makes sense, if it's a response that we can say. So imagine you're at home, you're maybe sat with your husband or children. We're not always going to be very, very polite. If I said to somebody, would you mind passing me the milk? And they said, here you go, and they passed the milk, that would be a perfectly good response. I wouldn't expect them to be very, very polite to me just for passing the milk. So the response here is actually okay. That's a very good response to somebody making that request. Okay, what we're looking for is if the response just doesn't make any sense, if it's not a correct response to what has been asked. So number 2. What do you think for number 2, Sahar? Okay, thank you, Sahar. So number 2 actually, you said you think this is correct. So if somebody said, would you help me with my bag please? And somebody said, go ahead. Does that make sense? I don't think that makes sense. That's not an appropriate response here. If I had lots of bags and I said to somebody, would you help me with my bag please? If they said go ahead, I don't know what they mean. I don't know if that means that they will help me or if they will not help me. It's not an appropriate response here. Okay, so number 2 is incorrect. We would not say go ahead if somebody made this request. So number 3, do you mind if I open the door? Sure. So is that correct or incorrect? What do you think, Anago?
I think the answer is incorrect. If you answer sure, means you might he open the door. Don't want he open the door. So it's incorrect.
Excellent, well done, Anago. That's correct. It's incorrect. It's not a good response to this request. And like Anago said, if you respond sure, that means that you do mind if they open the door. Okay? So it wouldn't be a very good response there. So well done, Anago. We'll come back to these and look for some better responses in a minute. We'll just finish number 4 and 5. So, excuse me, can I borrow $10? I'm afraid I only have $5 with me. Is that an appropriate response to that request? Yes, Conchi.
I think this answer is really correct. Moreover, he is saying I'm afraid, so he's being polite.
Excellent. Yes, Conchi. So he's being very polite, and it is an appropriate response to that request. If somebody asks to borrow $10, and you could say I only have $5. That's a perfectly good response. And number 5, is it all right if I sit here? And we have go ahead. Do you think that's an appropriate response to that request? Yes, aha. Yes, it's definitely an appropriate response. It means go ahead. It means yes, you can sit there. It's not a problem. Very good. So the 2 that were incorrect were number 2 and number 3. So can you think of an appropriate response for the request in number 2? So would you help me with my bag, please? Can you tell me an appropriate response to that request? Yes, Anago.
I will say of course, or it's my player. Oh no, not it's my player. Just of course.
Excellent. Yes. So you could say of course. You could say of course with pleasure if it was somebody very important who you were being very, very polite to. You were trying to impress them. So would you help me with my bag, please? Yes, of course. That's a perfectly good answer. What about number 3, Conchi? Do you mind if I open the door? Can you think of an appropriate response there?
Oh no, I don't mind if you open the door. I will be glad you to do it.
Excellent, yes. So you can say no, I don't mind, or I'd be glad to. You maybe wouldn't say I'd be glad to do it. That makes it sound like you are going to open the door, but the other person made the request. So they're not asking you to open the door. They're just asking if you mind to open the door. So we wouldn't say I'd love to do it or I'd like to do it, but you could say I don't mind. Do you mind if I open the door? No, no problem. I don't mind. Anything along those kind of lines. Well done, everybody. And I'd like to have a go at a small role play now. So you really need help with something, but the only person available is someone you don't know very well. So student A politely asks student B to help you with something, and student B tells student A that you can't help and give a reason. student A, try to get student B to help you anyway. Okay, so really try and get the help from them. So who would like to have a go as student A? Conchi, very good. And Sahar, you can be student B then. So Conchi, you're student A. Sahar, you are student B.
Oh, hello, Sahar. You know I am very bad at computers, and my computer doesn't run. Can you help me, please?
Hello, Sahar. Can you hear me? I can hear you now, Sahar. Excellent.
Oh, Sahar, it's very important to me to work with the computer right now. Please, can you repair my computer? I need it, please. I'm afraid I am not going to be able to do it. Oh, it's very kind of you. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Fantastic work there, Conchi and Sahar. Really good conversation. Well done. We still have a little bit of time left. Would anybody else like to have a go as student A? Rosalina, excellent. And who would like to be student B and do this task with Rosalina? Marina, thank you very much. So, Rosalina, you're student A. Marina, you're student B.
Rosalina, I'm afraid I'm not good at cooking, but I'll try to do my best to find recipes especially for you. What kind of cake do you like? I need to check the information and come to you later because I'm not prepared at the moment. I have nothing in my mind to help you immediately.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Rosalina and Marina. Well done. And so, today we discussed ways to make a polite request, gave polite answers to requests, and politely asked someone for help. Okay, and well done to all of you. Really good lesson there, lots of good phrases and a good level of English. Everything I wrote down in the notepad, you can copy that down and take away with you. I've just released the slides as well now, so you can look back through those at what we did during the lesson today. I will give you all your microphones back as well now. You are more than welcome to stay in the classroom and practice your speaking skills with your classmates. And again, I'd just like to say thank you to all of you. Really good lesson, well done. And hopefully I'll see you again soon. So thank you very much. Great work today, well done. And goodbye.